So I've gone for a bit of wood grain. Now you could quite easily achieve this with the making it look a little bit distressed with the shabby chic, and if you did it with what's my train of thought? Acrylic paint. But as we all know, I'm not the biggest acrylic paint person, so I like to make things as easy as possible. So I'm going to go in with my glue. So I'm just going to use tacky glue. Now I'm looking for a big enough brush. I'm just going to go in with my glue brush. I'm going to need more than that. So you want to make sure you've got plenty on because you don't want it lifting. Make sure you've got plenty around your edges. And then we're just going to cover your plaque. Ooh, throwing it. So I'm just gonna cover this. I know that I've got the etched bits on there, so I am gonna cover them up. So I'm just gonna guesswork of where I want my corners to go, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. So I'm just gonna keep doing this. Make sure I've got lots on my edges. Especially where I've just had my fingers. Right, so then I'm just going to pop my piece of paper on there. I'm going to leave that face down over there. So while that's, you want to make sure, because if it's wood grain, make sure you've got it, she says, you've got it in the right position so that when you cut it, you see, you want to make sure, you could have quite easily done it like at a corner, but I like to make my life difficult. So my next thing I'm going to do is, I've got my little bits off, I'm going to colour my pumpkin. Now again, I am a very easy crafter, so with this I'm going to use alcohol pens. So it doesn't really matter how you go about it. What I would do is, if you're using alcohol markers on your little bit of scrap, you just want to make sure it's got the colour that you're happy with. So that one is a pumpkin orange. Let's have a look, see what other shades I've got. Ooh, that might be a better one. Can I blend? Good blend. Right. So, because MDF is a little bit like really thick craft card, you sort of have to treat it like that and know that your colours aren't always going to be the same. So, I'm going to go with my... I'm going to go with my lighter orange. So what you've got with this one is the little double lines, and that just creates a little bit more depth to it, and I think it's a nice little addition. So I'm just going to go around. And because you're going over, you've got alphabet letters, you don't need to worry about, you only really need to worry about going over the bits that you're going to see. So, like so. So can you see my little orange pumpkins now? Making them bits over. I'm just going to keep going over this. Just going around. So you've got your base colours then for your pumpkin. And then in the darker shade, I'm going to use my fine tip bit, and I'm just going to go around the little bits. Around the edges, just to create that little bit more colour depth. I think it's nice. Can you see now that it's just got that little bit more depth to it by going around just the edges? Right, so your next bit is your stem. So that would be, for me, is like a brownish shade. So I'm not going to change that too much. Just want it to look like it blends in with my pumpkin. And you can do the same, you know, if you get a darker colour. Just that little bit darker so you can see it. Have I got the right? Oh, hang on. Ooh. Gone too far. I need to do it with this one first. And then go around with my darker one. And then you've got your little leaves, which I'm going to do in a nice green shade. I'm going to go for this one, I think. So what I'm going to do is, because it's, you're not going to see the base, but you will see the outer edges. I'm just going around. So you've got little pumpkin tops, and then I've got my 3 little leaves. What I might do is, actually, I think I want to go for a different shade of green. So it's pretty much the same colour. It's a different pen. And just do them in 2 different greens. See if this one's lighter. There's honestly, there's about 9 greens in my pack, and so far they all look like the same colour. Anyway, moving on. So you're going to then get your little leaves. And they'll go on there, like so. There, little pumpkins. So what I would do is I'm going to coat it afterwards, but I need to decide how I'm going to decorate my little letters. And I'm thinking I'm going to leave them. This is where it could all go Pete Tong. But when I get little distressing tea dye. So a little distressing. This might not work the way I want it to, but I just want them a little bit wooden looking. Obviously I know they are wood. But it's just a little bit, rather than decorating them, I'm just gonna just distress them a little bit. Right, so then I'm going to get my fine tipped glue. Would if it had got anything in it. Oh. There we go. So, changed my mind, going with Cosmic Shimmer. So I'm just going to put some bit of glue on my letters. Because it'll dry clear, you can always go around your edges. You do want to make sure that they're on there. I need to put my leaves on as well. I forgot about my leaves. So I think that looks quite cute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave that to one side for a minute, and then I'll grab my thing back. And I'm just going to cut as close to the edge, because it'll just save me some time. So I'm going to go around my edges. You do go around with a Stanley knife first. It is a lot quicker, but I don't know where I've put my Stanley knife. So here we are, doing it this way. What I like about doing it with the sanding block as well is when you finish it off, it does give it that sort of weathered wood look. It's because that end's not stuck down very well. So, what I'm going to just do, I'll have my corners have come up. So then, and to make sure you can find your hole, did I have a pinky piece? I'm just going to shove that through. So I know which way is up. And then I'm going to glue on my corners. Because what? Am I? No. So, first bit I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some of this around my edges. Drag it down a little bit, just make it look a little bit more like the weathered wood. And just drag it across that little bit, just make it blend in a little bit more. You see that that's just now got that little bit more weathered look. Now I'm going to stick my corners on. I'm just going to guesstimate. Where they're going to go. I'm also going to dye these, but I'll stick them on first so I can see how everything's going to look. You can see that I've got my corners on there. So next thing is deciding whether I'm going to coat this. I think I am. So I'm going to get my glossy Mod Podge. Now, I don't often use Mod Podge because I don't like the smell, but it is what's going to give me a nice finish. I'm now looking for a paintbrush I can use. So you're just going to go over the top. So just be aware that when you use alcohol markers and Mod Podge, it does pick the colour back up. You can see that that's just giving it that shine. Dry, everything will be a lot smoother. You can see that that's going already. That's just giving that nice little sheen now. Happy with that. So bring this back in quickly. So just get my tea dye back out. I'm just going to blob it on the corners. Sometimes stuff like this is a lot easier to do when it's glued down and you're not worrying about where your fingers are going to go. It's drying quite quickly. Honestly, I'll add distress ink to anything. So once that's done, dried off, I'm going to stick that down. And because it's a larger area, I'm just going to go for a tacky glue. decide where you want it. Like so. And that is your autumn sign. I would put some twine in it, but I can't find my twine. So, that is my finished autumnal sign. I hope everybody were okay with that. I hope it was easy enough to follow. A little bit chaotic in parts, but you know, that's the way that we are. It's how we roll. Yeah, so that is our finished sign. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.